Coming up on 4 minutes to the hour. Coming up on 4 minutes to the hour, and we'll see how everything's going on this July 4th. July 4th, Independence Day of the greatest country ever conceived by man. 4 minutes to the hour. And Lance is in the house, and he says happy 4th of July. And he's in with 4 other folks here, just in the pregame show, about 4 minutes to the hour. Coming up on about 3.5 minutes to the hour, right about there. You can see those 2 stunners keeping time. They're no joke. They're pretty accurate, folks. Pretty accurate. You're not gonna get that kind of accuracy from any other timepiece. Certainly not from a Rolex. So, let's see. A Deport TGV is in the house. CraigShipp versus ID Guy. ID Guy puts out some good content, I think. Kyle's in the house. What is ID Guy live right now? Is that the idea? Did he go live during my time slot? What is he thinking? Kyle's in the house. And he says, hey, Craig and everyone. So, yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit about this is the greatest country on the face of this earth. I'm telling you it is. A country where we can wear a timepiece like this 002 Stunner. Let's cut to that. Take a look. Look at that piece. Actually, somebody asked me to take it off wrist and show it off wrist. I'm going to do that right now. First of all, let me show the clasp. Okay, so there's the clasp, so that people can see what that is like. By the way, this is on a strap by HD Strap, hdstrap.com, and that's how it looks. This is how it looks from the front. Okay, and even more importantly, look at what it looks like from the side. Look at that case shape. Isn't that gorgeous? It just looks gorgeous on wrist with that shape to it and the brushing. And remember, it's very important what a watch looks like on wrist. These are wrist watches, folks. I hate to bring an obvious point forward, but see that shape of that case, how gorgeous that is? Let's look at the back. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. A subscriber asked for a little bit of a closer live look, and I got a bunch of videos on the channel here of the 002 Stunner. SBGY002. SBGY002. And I have a link in the description to my posting about it with a bunch of photos and videos. Stig's in the house. Good evening, Craig and everybody. Congratulations. Happy Independence Day to my neighbors below. Triforce Rich is in the house. And, we need to appreciate things like these stunners. There's the 231 Stunner, the titanium stunner on the left there. Probably the best dive watch ever made, ever produced by man. And you can buy those in these United States of America. You can buy them from Little Treasury that's located here in the United States of America. This is a great country where you can walk into Little Treasury Jewelers and buy one of those watches and walk out with it. We need to count our blessings, folks, that we can actually do that. We have the freedom to do that, and that we can generate incomes that allow us to buy these luxury items. We should not take this for granted, folks. By the way, I put the foamy thing back on this mic because I was hearing pops. I was hearing too many pops from the plosives, called plosives. Peter Piper picked a pack of plosives. And so I put the foamy thing back on. That's what I did. Put the foamy thing back on. It helps a little bit. It doesn't kill all the plosives, but it helps a little bit. Let's see. Trump's speech at Mount Rushmore was a slap to the face of all the fanatical liberals, both COVID freaks and the monument haters. Yeah, he did. He did kind of take them on. And by the way, since you brought it up, the rioters Okay? I mean, you can't fix stupid, folks. You can't fix stupid. So here's these rioters that are going around burning things and committing all kinds of crimes. And half the time they're shooting a video of the crime and putting it up on TikTok, right? Up on these different platforms. And what's happening now is the feds are investigating these things, and they're tracing these people by their phones and finding out who they are, where they were at the time, all that, right? It's a slow process, right? This could take 2 years. They could get a knock on their door, thump, 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 at like 4 in the morning, like 2 years from now, and find themselves incarcerated, right? So these people that think they got away with whatever they think they got away with, a lot of them are going to get busted. It might take a while, but it is happening. It is happening, folks. So they could get screwed, right? They could get screwed. And by the way, on the whole virus thing, this is the other thing that's ironic about this whole thing. In some of these swing states, this election coming up in November could be determined by not a whole lot of votes. A few thousand votes maybe in some cases, right? Maybe even hundreds of votes in some cases. And here's the thing, the ironic thing about this whole thing is this virus is actually killing, by a ratio of about 3-to-1, killing more Democrats than Republicans. So they could actually end up losing the election because a significant number of their voters are history by November. That is pretty bizarre. And here's the thing, they're the ones that want everybody to be wearing masks, and masks make you more susceptible to getting the virus. Now, it does protect the other guy. See, if I wear a mask, the idea is that protects the other guy from me if I have it, right? But the person that's wearing the mask, they're actually more susceptible because they tend to touch their face more often, right? They touch things and they touch their face more often. So they're actually more susceptible. So because all the Democrats are running around wearing masks all the time, that's putting them more at risk. And so they're shooting themselves in the foot. That's what they're doing. They're shooting themselves in the foot. You can't fix stupid, folks. You just can't fix stupid. Lance has sent an email. Let's take a look here. Lance is always on top of things. He is a professional. He is a professional. And let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. He's coming up with some goodies lately. I got to give Lance, well, this one though. Yeah, I don't particularly like the looks of that one. It's okay. I don't particularly like the looks of that, but it's okay. It's got a gold deployant clasp. That's very interesting. Very interesting that it's got a gold deployant clasp and it's steel and gold. Well, apparently it's steel and gold. Some people might like the looks of that. Crocodile. Some people might like the looks of that, and that's not a bad price. $22.50. That's not a, and make offer. Let's see what the size of that is. Oh, 41 mils. So it's a big, full-size sport watch. That's interesting. I tell you, I have to give Lance credit. He comes up with some bargains. He does do that. The lovely Bree is in the house. And hi, happy 4th, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's see. Let's get caught up on this. Had an improved DE shave, double-edged shave today. Cut down on cuts and irritation by using more water in my lather, not pulling my skin for a closer shave, and shaving across the grain on the jawline. My personal tips. Also, don't try to do it. I hope you're doing multiple passes. I hope you're shaving and then you're re-soaping and shaving again. Don't try to do it all in one shave or all pass, whatever you call it, right? Do a quickie, lather, shave. Don't try to get everything. Then rinse, lather again, and then shave. I do 2 rounds, if you will, and it works out real well for me. So you might want to try that if you're not already doing that. Ironically, is the same people embracing contact tracing. I also do across the grain on the jawline. And Mr. Q says, Happy Independence Day. And since they did those antics on TikTok, Beijing knows who they are as well, and will be sure to keep them out. That's a weirdo watch, says DePort. Yeah, I hear you. Robert says, hey, Craig, I picked up a Benchmade tie lock monolock yesterday. Benchmade tie monolock yesterday. Questioning if the Benchmade will stand the test of time versus the Sabenza. It might. Some of the Benchmades are well-made pieces. I think some of them, I think they're still made in the USA, right? I had Benchmade before, but I like the Sabenza. Stig is in the house. Craig, thank you so much. To a foreigner, this is valid information. Liberals wear masks. Normal people do not. Day date is better, says Derek in the house. Okay, now let me go do this. Part of the topic of this conversation is how great this country is. And normally on the 4th of July, I would be at the motorcycle race, the Barbara Fritchie Classic here in Frederick. And these are some photos that I've taken in previous years. And there are always, because Frederick County has a lot of beautiful, beautiful young ladies. And here is an example. Let's put this up bigger here. Here's an example. And since I figured I'd pull this photo up, it's still loading in. Why will it not load in and get clear? Let me reload that. It's not clear. Flickr is not doing well. There we go. Now it's clear. Okay, so I got to put that up because that young lady's wearing the red, white, and blue top there, and so they were helping out at the race. And the other young lady has the red, white, and blue, those jean shorts. I don't know how she did that on the pockets or whatever. That was kind of creative. So there you go. And let me see if I can pull up. And there's a closer shot of the two. So we need to count our blessings. Oh, by the way, this beautiful young lady was helping out, and that's her mom. That's mother and daughter. Both gorgeous, mother and daughter. They're always there at the Barbara Fritchie Classic helping out. The Barbara Fritchie, let's do a time check. And let's see here. Let me pull up. There's another shot. There's another shot of those two. Okay, and let me see here what else I can find here. And this young lady was having a good time. Very patriotic. A lot of red, white, and blue going on with her. So there you go. And let me see if I can go for one more here. Trying to find something that's kind of a little bit patriotic. Oh, these two, they're holding the Barbara Fritchie Classic shirts. So that's cool. Good looking couple there. Let's see what else we can find here just for fun. Oh, and that's in one more of that beautiful young lady. All right, and we might show some more photos here in a bit. Let's see here. But that's proof positive that Maryland girls are absolutely gorgeous. And the lovely Bree has adopted Maryland, so she qualifies as well. Let's see. I can only do 2 passes tops and only on some areas. Otherwise, my skin gets too irritated. Interesting. My skin is far too soft and my beard is far too coarse to shave against the grain. Okay. Fellas in the house, Traverse Rich, I'm the same way. Going against the grain is a disaster for me. I tried to force it years ago, but gave up. Yeah, I don't do the against the grain thing. Let's see. Mr. Q, my local knife shop went out of biz and closed yesterday. Got me a Bradford 5.5 on N690 steel as a farewell for their closure. Okay. You should send us a picture. You should send us a picture, Mr. Q. Fella is here to convince Craig on the merits of tight suits. And yeah, that's not going to happen. Those are some great shots. Kyle in the house. Which blade and shaver combination do you use for your normal shaves? If you're asking me, I'm using a timeless razor, not this particular timeless razor. This is a stainless steel one. I'm using a titanium timeless razor. Timelessrazor.com is their website. And I am using Astra. I think it's Astra. Yeah, Astra blades. ASTRA. They're dirt cheap. And they work fine. They come from, I believe, Russia. I believe they come from Russia. Yeah, Triforce Rich says Astra blades and timeless razor. Aluminum is what he uses. Okay, and I'm using the titanium. Triforce, I use the McCurr 37C slant bar. Okay, Astra platinums and feathers. Anything less sharp than those two doesn't cut it. How would you compare the Astras to the feathers? I've never tried the feathers. Triforce Rich, feather is too aggressive for me. Even with a very light touch, it cuts me. There you go. Yeah, I've been scared of trying the feathers, to tell you the truth. Which shave soap and brush do you use? Okay, we'll see how he answers that. Craig, I only shave every 2 weeks. It's healthier on the skin. Oh, I shave every day. Every freaking day. Absolutely. I definitely would not skip. Almost never do I skip a day. Triforce Rich, don't remember the brush. Some sort of Badger. I use whatever that is, shave soap. The extra sensitive one. Okay, all right. Now, let's see what else. Let's do a time check. And let's see what other... Let's find a really patriotic photo. Let's do that. Let's find a really patriotic photo. Let me try this. Let me try my luck at this. I'm going to have to look here just bear with me. Don't anybody panic. I will find it. Oh, for crying out loud. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, I need to do another search here. This did not work. Okay. I think this one might work. Let's try this. Let's try this. Oh, here's some patriotic photos. This was from July 4th in Baker Park. And there will definitely be some good ones in here. There's Miss Frederick. Well, let's just take a closer look at Miss Frederick. Miss Frederick, Taylor Loki. Taylor Loki there. And let's see if we can find... Oh, here's a good one. Look at these patriotic young ladies. Patriotic, beautiful young ladies. There you go. Patriotic, beautiful young ladies. Proof positive that there are some patriotic, beautiful young ladies in Frederick. They all tried out the Segway, too. I've got a video of them trying the Segway. I think I put a link in the... I put some links in the description of this video to some of this, so you can take a look at your leisure. Let's see here. Don't remember the... Okay, just read that. Okay. Have you ever heard of Calibri watches? No, I have not. Kevin D. Fella, no wonder you have to shave every 2 weeks. Those cartridge razors are terrible on the skin. Well, yeah, duh. Let's see. Calibri like my cigar torches. Okay. Philip, give a double-edged razor a try. A good starter is a Mercura 34C. Hey, just get the timeless razor and be done with it. Don't get a starter. Just get a permanent lifetime razor. Lifetime razor. That's what I say. Where are these 4th of July beauties? These right here in this picture, that was at Baker Park in downtown Frederick, Maryland. Frederick, Maryland. Frederick, Maryland. Downtown Frederick, there's a park called Baker Park, and they usually have a big 4th of July celebration every 4th of July. It is canceled this year. Ain't happening this year. So, that's the problem there. And She-Town says, safety razors take a bit of practice because their heads don't swivel, but they don't cut below the skin, which cuts down on ingrown hairs. Mike Pike, Craig, have you watched Athlete A on Netflix? No, I have not. No, I have not. What is it about? Do tell. Do tell. Let me see if I can find the video in question. Give me a moment and I'll see if I can find the video. We'll do a time check. Now, it's always good to keep an eye on the time, folks. It's always good to do a time check. That's what I say. That is what I say. And so I'm clicking on this. And which one is which? That's the thing. That's the question. Give me a second here and I will try this. I will try to get lucky here on this video. See if this is it. Da, 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 da. Don't think this is it. Oh no, this is what that one is. Yeah, we don't want to see that. We don't have time for that one. Let me try this other one here. Give me a second here. I'll get it here. I'll just be patient, folks. Be patient. There's only 3 of them in there, 3 links. So I've got a 1 in 3 shot of finding it. Now I've got.
This is Kyle.
Okay.
He invented one way to destroy
I gotta get rid of this
boredom.
All right.
Turns out.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Here it is.
For lots of photos, go to Patriotic.com, keyword July 4th.
There you go. There you go, folks. That's the way that works. That's the way that works. Okay. So, there they are. Oh, that thing's still playing. Hold on, let me stop this video. There we go. And so I was at an event one time. I was at an event. And I had the Segway there, and there were a whole bunch of gorgeous girls that wanted to ride the Segway. They wanted to play with the Segway, right? And so, you know, I'm saying, hey, well, all right, yeah, okay, you know, and I'm trying to let them ride the Segway. And this guy walks up to me and he says, yeah, why do you have a Segway? You know, they're really expensive. You know, why do you have a Segway? I said, listen, I'm here with all these gorgeous girls. They all want to ride the Segway, and a couple of them are probably going to want to go out to dinner with me, right? And you're asking a stupid question as to why I have the Segway? Why don't you ask the question why you don't have a Segway? And he was kind of stupid, so he kind of shook his head and just kind of walked off. But that's how that whole thing. That's how that whole thing works. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, that gal, that Maxwell gal got arrested. Can you imagine? Why in the hell would she not have left the country and gone to like Costa Rica or something? Is this woman the stupidest multimillionaire on the face of this planet? Didn't she know that the long arm of the law was going to come down on her? I mean, talk about silly. I mean, she bought that $1 million place where they arrested her, right? She bought that like last year or something. What in the hell? She could have gone and bought a gorgeous place for $1 million in Costa Rica and been just fine. What in the hell was she thinking? Some of these people, I mean, they're multimillionaires and they don't have the brains that the good Lord gave them. Let's see here. Is Carlos in the house? Oh, Carlos is in the house from Madrid. Okay. Good to see. He's safe and doing great. Finally escaped Panama in his private jet. Yeah, he was probably in a G650, be my guess. He didn't he didn't fly commercial. He just doesn't want to tell us. David off, DuPont and others make fine lighters, watches, and fine stuff. Couldn't be that Colibri is expanding in the same manner. Okay. Let's see. Maxwell was okay. Clintons are ordering a 4th of July suicide. Yeah, I would think so. Go for a shave soap okay, there we go, the shave soaps. Let's see. Try horrible Liberia flight with the mask, the full-time mask. Uh-oh. That's not good. Stig's in the house. You Americans have so much to be proud of. In the old world, we are going astray and falling apart. Well, I mean, there are people that are trying to destroy the United States, too, so they're trying. Kyle's in the house. Carlos, I hope you are enjoying the trip. I have enjoyed the day in Madrid, but suffering big jet lag. Okay. Let's see. What watch are you wearing, Carlos? Do tell. Triforce Rich. Carlos, I hate long-distance flights and couldn't imagine having to wear a mask to make the experience even worse. Exactly. There is no set rule that says you have to use a shave brush and lather with a safety razor, but us modern men have been indoctrinated with multiple mistakes by these cosmetic corporations. I find that I like the soaps and using the brush. I like it better than the stuff out of the can. So Triforce Rich, 5 hours is about as long as I can take on a flight before I want to start headbutting the bulkhead. Tim's in the house. Oh no, poor Carlos. I hate it when I can't sleep on the plane. It means Maxwell could have stayed in France. Well, she could have stayed in France, but she, and they probably would not have extradited her, but the key word there being probably, maybe the U.S. could put enough pressure on them to do it, but if he'd have gone somewhere like Costa Rica, he'd have been fine, right? Just put some money in the bank there, he'd be fine. I mean, she would have been fine. There are a lot of places she could go that there would absolutely be no chance of extradition on those charges. Very bad move she made. Very, very costly mistake there. Carlos, hello. Glad to hear that you are safe and sound. That's from Stig. Mike says, Craig, do you think Maxwell will spill the beans to the feds? Well, yeah, they'll put a lot of pressure on her. I'm guessing, yeah, that she'll sing like a canary. It'll be interesting. They're going to put a lot of pressure on her. I think she's got no choice but to sing. The question is, how much evidence can she bring forward, right? If she just says things, that's not enough. They need to have some evidence to substantiate it. They can't go after those heavy hitters without some real evidence, right? That's the thing. There has to be some real evidence. Because those are, people like the Clintons and all them. I mean, they're going to be hard to take down. I mean, you've already seen that that they're hard to take down. So it's going to have to be something real. All right, let's pull up this this date 8. This date 8. Whoa! I don't know if I should show this to you guys. This is a stunner alert in the house. This is one that that Lance came up with. Pretty freaking amazing. Pretty freaking amazing. Not a lot of wear on that bezel. That fluted bezel. I've seen them a lot smoother than that. Very, very interesting. Not a bunch of stretch in that bracelet. Not hateful at all. Somebody said they wanted a green dial date 8. They're showing you the stretch. It does have some stretch, but I mean, not hateful. Definitely some stretch there. I would say, let's see what the price is. Yeah, I think that thing's more like 12 tops. Take another $2,000 off of that. I'd say 12 tops with the amount of stretch that it does have. Let's see. Craig, is the Mercury 34C on the one to go with? What is that? What is the Mercury 34C? I don't know what that is. Kyle Jett, we will do 2 for 1 on Rich's offer. Okay. I heard Maxwell is going to be put in the same prison as Jeffrey was. That'd be funny. Get the same guards in there, right? Kyle's in the house. That watch is great, Lance. You could contact Timeless Razor and ask them how they would recommend you specify the head spacing and aggression and go with that. Yeah, and tell them that you're a fan of the channel. Tell them that you're a subscriber to the channel, and maybe they'll throw in something special for you in the deal. They might do that. Lance is in the house, and he says, thanks, Kyle. Brett wanted that one. Kevin D., look up G. Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, mind-blowing. In my opinion, Maxwell was ready to get caught. She's a high-level submarine captain with access to billions. Was ready to get caught. Well, why in the hell? Why didn't she go somewhere where she's not going to be caught? That was just stupid. Mr. Q's in the house. Bradford knife link on email. Okay, let's take a look. That's what we'll do. Let's get rid of this date 8 for now. Let me get rid of that date 8 for now, and let's take a look. Things going slow. It's going slow here. I'll wait until this loads in, and then I'll show you. Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, interesting piece. I'm sure it's very nice. Yeah, looks like a nice sheath. Yeah, I think it's interesting. Might be a good one. Okay. Let's see, Bradford knife. Okay, wait. Why didn't we give Kevin D a wrench yet? He's always here. No one agrees. No one agrees with me, Kyle, in the house. Well, we just need to have a couple of wrench members vouch for him. We don't usually go with one wrench member. Usually it's 2 or 3, and then we'll issue a wrench. So, yeah. And also, Kevin D has to want it. Does he want a wrench? Let's see. There are questions being asked how Epstein got off so lightly originally. Why give him the deal and not tell the victims? Well, yeah, there's been a lot of questions asked all along about that whole thing, I should say. But when you've got a lot of money and a lot of influence, then, yeah, some things can be manipulated. The good thing is that I do not have any restriction to move around Europe. I had the doubt about it. It seems I can continue with my plans. Good. Good. Eduardo's in the house. Let's see. That day date, green day date dial has been refinished, aka fake Rolex dial. There we go. We got a little heads up from Eduardo. Craig, does timeless razor? That's why, by the way, that comment right there, that's why I much prefer buying a watch from the original owner, fully intact, with all documentation, and unmodified. Unmodified in any way. I'd much prefer that it never had been serviced by anybody, never touched by anybody, never opened up. I want it as original as possible. And then I would go from there, right? That's the way I like a watch. I don't like a watch that's been all around through a whole bunch of different hands and God knows what's been done to it. I'm just not a fan of that situation with watches. Let's see here. Craig, does Timeless Razor sell different shaving blades? Maybe they could put together a sampler pack for fella. I don't know if they sell blades at all. That's a good question. I don't know if they do. I know that you can order on places like Amazon. You can get like packs of different kind of blades. I know those are available for people that want to try several, but I don't know how all that whole thing works. I would get the Astros and call it a day is what I would do. Let's see. Eduardo, I didn't realize that. Mike's in the house. Watch Time put out some pictures that Jeffrey Epstein wore a few Grand Seikos. Did he really? Interesting. Interesting. At least he had good taste in watches then. It is still a great watch, okay. Unless you get 118138. Carlos, I have sent you an email with 2 watches we tried today. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see. This looks like, is this the same watch that you sent me, Eduardo? It looks like the same watch. Looks like the same pictures. Yeah. Yeah. On Chrono 24. All right. Now let's take a look at what Carlos has. Okay. Okay, Carlos. Back away from the funky looking watches. Come on. Back away from the funky looking watches. We'd pass. Oh my gosh. We'd pass on both of those. Oh my gosh, Carlos. Please. Intervention time. Please. Back slowly away, Carlos. Slowly away from the ugly watches. Okay? Just pull slowly away from the ugly watches. Jeez, are you kidding me? Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Let's see. I sent you an email to the Chrono 24 listing where he explains the dial. Okay, so that's where he explains the dial. Okay, good. What if the names Maxwell enumerates have already been suicided? Well, I don't think the Clintons have killed themselves yet. I think they're still alive. I think some of the people that partied hardy with Epstein are still alive. I think a lot of them are still alive and still in positions of power. So I don't think they're all going to simultaneously kill themselves. That'd be interesting, though. Yes, Madrid is a great place to visit. Mike Pike says the Grand Seiko marketing department has started to freak out with the Epstein Association. No way that's going to happen. There's no way their marketing department, they're totally clueless. They wouldn't even know that he was wearing the watches or that it was in any of the forums or anything. They have no clue. I don't even think they have a marketing department. Okay, let's put it that way. I don't even think they have such a thing. So, yeah. Carlos, are you able to Skype in? There you go. There's the question to Carlos. And Cheetown says, Astra, Derby, and Feather are the top 3 blades I recommend. Derby for medium, Astra for sharp, and Feather for very sharp. Yeah, I would pass on the Feather then, because Astra does it for me. GS doesn't have a marketing department. Yeah, Mike confirmed. I think I'm behind. I think he probably commented first. I prefer not today. I will be able to give better report later. Okay. The second one is my wife. Yeah, but she still needs a beautiful watch. She doesn't need to have an ugly watch, Carlos. Let's get a beautiful watch for her. Let's not get something with an ugly case design, an integral bracelet, and all that nonsense. Let's not do that to the young lady, please. Epstein was close friends with Les Wexner, owner of Victoria's Secret. Also, the LinkedIn, the head guy with LinkedIn, wasn't he hooked up with him too? Let's see. Triforce Rich. Carlos, are you nuts? You could buy multiple 002s with that money. How can you compare FP Journe and Patek to the greatest brand ever, GS? Well, yeah. I mean, look at this. You could buy one of those. And it's hard to get, but there's one in stock at Little Treasury. He could buy an 002. Absolutely, he could, and call it a day. He'd have the best dress watch ever made, ever conceived by man. It's not even a close call. And let's see. Craig, would you trade your 002 for a black dial day-date plus BTC? Not really, because I don't want to... first of all, they don't make a black dial day-date in 36 mil. So that's not even a possibility. Are you talking about an older black dial day-date? No, I wouldn't want that, because this is basically a brand new watch. I'm not going to go backwards. So no, I don't think so. I don't think I can top the 002. I really don't. I think I'm at the pinnacle. Look how gorgeous this watch is. You're seeing it live. I mean, it is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning. I've seen some of your liberal women on the telly, and the make me shiver inside. Scandinavian girls for sure will love a handsome American with a Rolex. Okay, there you go. Absolutely. Kyle in the house, Lance, how many coins are we talking? Good point. Good point, Kyle. Yeah, enough Bitcoin, and yeah, they can have this 002 real quick. You pony up enough Bitcoin. Tell you what, let's see. How about 3 Bitcoin? How about 3 Bitcoin? We'll do a deal right now. 3 Bitcoin for the 002 Stunner. Okay. We actually did not like the Patek, but I really like the FP Journe. Yeah, I'd pass on the FP Journe also. 20K right now, done deal. I think a 40 millimeter day-date would look fine on you, Craig. So the 40 millimeter black dial day-date. All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll trade this for the 40 mil day-date black dial and 1 Bitcoin. We'll do that trade. That's a good one. Let's see. Mike's in the house. Carlos Watchbox has stated that they are buying up every FP Journe they can get their hands on after last week's Phillips auction. Cheetown Craig, I'm sending you a link to what I consider the Grand Seiko SBGY 002 of personal luxury sedans. Okay, cool. Let's look at that. Yeah. Not here yet, though. The link is not here yet. It's not coming up. I hate to say it. I don't see Bree in the chat anymore. Maybe she's not going to call in. Maybe she's not going to visit us on 4th of July. I'm not seeing this email. Let me refresh. It's not coming in, so let me just see what I can do here. If I can goose things up a little bit. I think you might have to resend that, puppy, because I don't see it yet. Things are running slow, though, on this end. I'll tell you. I will tell you that's the case. Oh, here it is. I got it. 002 of sedans. 002 of sedans. It's a Motor Trend link. Yeah, I've seen these. I've seen these cars. And they're okay. They're okay. But I think I would just rather have a Lexus LS 460 sedan, an LS 460. And I know these are all that. They've got the V12 and all that. And they're interesting. But I think an LS 460 is probably the way to go. But yeah, these are interesting. If they sold them here in the U.S., that would be more interesting. So, yeah. Okay. Pretty cool. Have you guys seen that Lincoln Continental, the stretched Lincoln Continental that they came out with? They made like 50 of them last year, and they're making some of them this year, not that many, but they're stretched. Those are pretty wild. With the suicide doors, like the Rolls has. Let's see. Thanks, Kyle. You've been fighting for me ever since. Mentioned the 18-karat gold. Okay. Let's see. Actually, only 18.2 right now, but that would be an almost free day date. Okay, Traverse Rich. 40 millimeter day date with diamond hour markers. No, I don't like the diamonds on any of the day dates for me. Not for me. Not for a man's watch. I don't want that. Triforce Rich. That day date is worth more than the 002 LOL. You mean a 40 mil with the black, with the black dial? Yeah, I think they go for about 25,000 used. I think that's what they go for used. I can call in for a bit. Okay, do it, Bree. Do it, Bree. Do it, Bree. You are welcome to come in. I'm ready for your call. Let's see here. Sent an email. Watch with an integral bracelet. Okay, we'll look at that. We'll look at that maybe after Bree's call. But I don't like watches with integral bracelets. I'm not a fan. There could be an exception to the rule, though. Lance is in the house. Watch Precise has linked a lot of country stars with 228, 238 black dial with diamond hour markers. Yeah, I wouldn't go there. Mr. Q, diamonds are not for men. There you go, classy guy. Kyle's in the house. Craig, please, the Lexus LS cannot compare to a Century. That is the very, very tip-top. Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't really want an exotic sedan that's going to be hard to get serviced. And, you know, if they actually sold them in this country, then it would be a different thing. But I want something that I can easily just take to any Lexus dealer if I do have an issue. Generally, you don't have any issues with Lexuses. But if I did, I want something that I can get serviced. You know, I don't want something that's too exotic. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing. And that's why I don't want a Rolls or something like that. Of course, they're different because they give a lot of trouble, right? But the Toyota probably wouldn't. But still. Let's see here. Diamonds are classy on a woman's watch. There you go. The 2020 Century is beyond the LS sedan. Okay, let's see what the lovely Bree has to say. Let's bring the lovely Bree into the show. Okay. the lovely Bree is in motion, and we saw you, and then you just froze up. Okay, now you're back. Are you connected via cellular or
Is this good?
why? Yeah, yeah. Try to get the camera to go the other way,
Let
horizontal.
me see if I can just go over there.
Can you get the camera to go horizontal? Or will
Is that better?
it will not switch? Maybe it won't switch. It's still vertical orientation, the camera.
Oh.
I don't know why. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so if you can get, okay, good, good. So, can you get somewhere where you can, is there somewhere like where you can sit down?
Yeah, I'm sitting down.
Oh, you are. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. So show us your red, white, and blue top.
Oh yeah, this is my top,
Bree
and then
is
those are my shorts.
you are definitely got the 4th of July thing going on. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you
Oh yes.
do you have any plans for today?
Not really.
Just gonna hang out?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do push-ups today?
Oh yes, I'm gonna do push-ups.
Okay. So even day. And
Yes.
how are you doing? How are you doing on the push-ups?
I can do 20, so it's a little, yeah, some
But you
progress.
can do 20 with good form?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, keep pushing. I want you to get up to 30. And what do you
Okay.
do? Do you do 3 sets of 20? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, 3 sets.
Let's bump it up to 4 sets.
All right, 4
Okay,
sets.
bump it up to 4.
Sounds good.
Okay, so what else? Oh, okay, I got to ask you a question about
Sure.
beautiful, beautiful girls in Maryland. Do you think that Maryland is a good place for to enhance beauty? Do you think you've been here, what, 10 years in Maryland?
Yeah, almost 11.
Okay. And do you think it's a good place to work on fitness and beauty?
Yeah. I mean, every fitness, there's some fitness like stores, locations, like local and
Yeah.
close.
And
So, so definitely.
you can get access to good healthy food, right? And you
Oh yeah,
can
good groceries.
and you get different kinds of weather, different times of the year, which I think helps strengthen you, right?
Yes.
So obviously it's worked for
And
it's
there's a lot of like places where you can just walk around,
mhm.
or like parks where you can like exercise
Yeah.
and just do your own thing.
And bottom line is it's obviously worked for you because you're absolutely gorgeous. And so,
Thank you.
and by the way, how can people follow you? Because you've been putting out some really cool videos and photos recently. How can they follow you and see those?
So if you go to the website briefitdance.com, you can see all the platforms at briefitdance, and you can be a Patreon as well. Help out to like help me create some content and just keep me motivated to keep going.
Yeah, and support you a little bit and all that. It's all good, right?
Yes,
Okay. All right.
definitely.
Well, I'm not going to keep you much longer. I appreciate you calling in, and that is a cool outfit.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
so
And this is the top that we took a photo um like months ago.
yeah, and you posted that photo recently
Yes.
on was it on Instagram or what?
Instagram and Twitter.
Both. Okay. Yeah, there you go. So follow her at BrieFitDance and you can see that. All right. Well, whatever you're doing, it's working, Bree. Keep doing it. All right.
Thank you.
And by the way,
I'll keep
they
keep
want
pushing.
they want you to be in a video at Adventure Park when you're ready.
Oh, okay.
So, and also eating some of the barbecue that they have there.
We we can go there when I go and work.
Yeah, yeah. We'll go there and make a movie. Yep.
There's like an airplane up
Well, there you go. That's
says
probably the paparazzi flying over trying to get a photo of you.
green point.
Yeah, they're probably
Welcome something.
they're probably flying over. They're probably flying over. They want to get a photo of you. They're paparazzi. Yeah.
It's like going over there.
Yeah, there you go. So you got to be, yeah, you have to be careful because some of them, they might, because you're getting famous, they might be trying to get a photo of you. Right?
Probably. Oh, and that's some USA decorations
I
over
see
there.
that. I see that. And then you got a place to do a cookout there? Are you
Yes.
gonna do a
Yes.
cookout later?
We could. I mean, we don't have it planned, but we
Okay.
could.
Okay. And you got some flip-flops on.
Yeah, so they can have a little tan.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. All right. Well, I will let you get, but let me make sure there aren't any questions here for you. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Craig, ignoring the diamond hour markers, which black dial on 228 do you prefer? Sunburst. I like the honeycomb. Triforce Rich, be like Chip Wong, Craig, and embrace the diamonds. If BTC goes up enough, you can ship by matching. No, that's not going to happen. By the way, talked to Chip the other day, and he said he wanted to come on the channel, but you just ban him. You guys can discuss Bitcoin. Well, you can arrange it if you think that he would be civil. Then we can have guests on the channel if they're going to be civil, right, Bree? This channel is all about people, respecting each other.
Respectful.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Definitely.
let's see. T-Town says, don't trade BTC for massively marked up and massively depreciating diamonds. The only way to the value of Rolex is to cover it in diamonds. I hear you. Yes, T-Town. I've seen them in person in Japan. Okay. Chi-Town, the Rainbow Daytona. Okay. Bree needs to give the final verdict on Doxa. Well, we'll do that another time on the Doxa watch. She'll have to see the watch before she can give a final verdict on it. Okay. We will ask you one question. Okay, Bree.
Okay.
So there was somebody talking about the Dog Man the other day. The Dog Man. He's got a channel. He talks about watches, right? And whose advice do you think people should follow? Do you think they should follow advice from the Dog Man or advice from me?
Well, I'm not sure who the dog man is,
Okay.
but
But what would be your if you had to make a decision? Okay, I'm going to follow the advice of the Dog Man, or I'm going to follow the advice of Craig. Which would you choose?
I would choose from you.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Uh,
Bree just,
yes.
Bree just made the decision. That's the correct choice. You did. That's correct. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah.
And I have to tell you guys that are watching. I have to tell you guys, Bree is a lot of fun. She's a smart girl. She's not just stunningly beautiful. She is just smart and a lot of fun. And you mark my words, she's going places. She is going places. So, all right, I'm going to show before I finish the broadcast, I'll show your page so they'll see how to get to your website.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
Sounds
young
good.
lady. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day.
All right, no problem. Have a nice day.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye-bye. The lovely Bree. The lovely Bree. Absolutely. Absolutely, we can have guests on the channel. But you heard what she said about the Dog Man. You heard what she said. Let's see. They are in the Rolls-Royce and Bentley League, well beyond S-Class, 7 Series 8, and certainly LS. Yeah, well, and hopefully, Kyle, they've got the same reliability as a Lexus, because I wouldn't want to give up reliability. I don't want to do that in any car, because the last thing you want is a car that gives trouble. At least in my opinion, we got enough things to worry about in our life than having a car that gives trouble. That's why I stay away from BMW, Mercedes, all those things. They're all a bag of hurt. Tri-Force Switch, I was referring to aftermarket diamonds, not factory diamonds. Mike says Lance should take Bree out for some 4th of July fireworks. Yeah, he should. He sure should. Tri-Force Rich, good idea, Mike. Bree, would you be interested in going out with Lance? Invest in the kid. He'd end up a millionaire soon enough. No, I think it's got to be the other way around. I think he invests in her. I think that's how that whole thing works. just to say. Carlos, try it. By the way, I think Lance is already a millionaire. He's doing okay. I don't think any of us have to play the micro violin for Lance. I think he's doing just fine up there in Connecticut. Carlos, try. I think it would be great if Chip Wong starts to praise Craig on other channels to show his good attitude and how he deserves to be unbanned. There you go. Yeah, I seriously doubt that's going to happen. I don't think all his troll buddies would go along with all that. Triforce, he told me he trolls the hell out of crappy luxury, but I don't know because I would never watch crappy. Carlos, is this true? And Lance says, Mike, that sounds like a good idea. ID guys, fans are libs. Am I alone in that I'm in there sometimes with those morons? Okay. It seems is the case, but I'm very happy he does not do it in this channel. Let's see. And Megan's in the house. She's in the house early. She's 3 minutes early. It's 3 minutes to the end of the show, and she's here early. Woot woot. Who's ready for dogs and beers? I hear you. I bet you she's having a heck of a party today. Jeez, can you imagine? I'll tell you what, that's for the youngsters, though. That's not for people my age to go to Megan's parties, because I bet you they are wild. I guarantee you they're wild. Ah, boy. Cheetown's in the house. Megan's finally here and not at the end. Maxwell is not going to be doing any live YouTube shows anytime soon. Yeah, that's probably true. Thank you, at Bree. Okay, I tried to make it as quick as I could. There you go. Bill Whittle and Craig, best advice on YouTube. Okay. Cheetown, Craig, the new Century uses the hybrid V8 from the last gen LS 600HL. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I will say it's better looking than the new Lexuses where they screwed up the grille and all. That's why I said I would want an LS 460. That's the last of the good-looking ones, if you ask me. I would pass on the new one. I hate what they did to the front end of those cars. What were they thinking? Carlos is in the house, and he's laughing at Megan. Okay, and Kyle's in the house. Craig, please don't forget my email. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Thanks for the reminder. Always remind me, folks, because, when you get old, the brain is the first thing to go. Or is it the second thing to go? I don't remember. Okay. And then we got another one in here. We got another one in here, too. Okay. Vacheron Constantin. Yeah, I mean, again, it wouldn't be something that I would pick or want because I am totally anti integral bracelets, because I did have a watch with an integral bracelet one time, a Seiko Bellomatic, and the bracelet failed, and then that was a real nightmare to try to fix it. So I see no benefit, and I see a lot of downsides to the integral bracelet. Plus, I don't think they look as good as a conventional case with a strap, and not anywhere near the versatility. So yeah, for a whole lot of reasons, I wouldn't buy a watch with a with an integral bracelet. All right, let's go back and see what we've got on the mail, on the email. And Eduardo's got a forum find. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Eduardo's been back to work. Look at this. Look at this, my fine feathered friends. Look what he has come up with. A Rolex Oyster Perpetual date. In solid gold with a Jubilee bracelet. I didn't even know they made those. That's not a date just? It's a date with a Jubilee? That is very interesting. That is very interesting. Please let us know in the chat, what is the price of this puppy? And is it a 36 mil or a 34 mil? Oh, and I do like the conventional clasp. I'm an oddball in that way. I do like a conventional clasp with the micro adjustments. I had my original date 8, the first 1803 I had a conventional clasp. It did not have the hidden clasp bracelet. And I actually liked that, believe it or not. I really did. So, yeah. That is interesting. Oh, it's 14 karat. That's interesting. It's 14 karat. Interesting. I'm guessing it's 34 mils. That is interesting. Wow, that would be cool for, you know who that would look good on is Leslie. Leslie could sport that little puppy. Can she wear a 34 mil? I think that's a 34 mil. I know that would be too big for Bree. I don't think it would work for Bree, unfortunately. Let's see here. But Kyle, that was very, very interesting. Let's see. As long as Lance avoids the Doxa watches, he will sure be successful. I will admit that I'm a fan of Carlos's Doxa. That is one cool watch. Let's see. Happy 4th of July. Canadians are celebrating with you guys this weekend, too. Oh, cool. Triforce is in the house. I think Megan wants a private tour of your facility, Craig. We can arrange that. We just have to, have a little bit of notice so I can let security know. There's some paperwork involved and so forth to get into the complex here. But it's not terribly difficult. Do arrive, Megan, about 2 hours early because takes a little bit of time to get through security. But it's not an unpleasant experience. So it should be okay. Megan says, I'm not as wild as I once was. I won't give you the dirty details. I'm 28 now, so I got to grow up. Well, but I'm sure that your parties are still amazing. Carlos is in the house. I cannot imagine the hectic life of Megan, running around the whole day and always late. It's like an Alice in Wonderland character. Oh my gosh, yes. Can you imagine? That is an older Rolex, though, I think. Yeah, but it looks pretty good. It's in pretty good shape. That's pretty cool. Date is 34 mil. Yeah. It may be 70s or 80s. Kyle, I wonder if that... Man, I wonder what the price is on that. Because if it was cheap enough, how cool would it be for Leslie to have that? Can she wear a 34 mil, though? That's the question. It might be too big for her. I know it'd be too big for Bree. Let's see. I really hope Rolex bring back the GMT in yellow gold with a Jubilee. I agree. And soften the case a little bit more. Let's see here. Rolex still calls their 34 mil date just dates, but the smaller and larger size are called date just. Okay, there we go. Tim is in the house. Good condition, looks good. Yes, it does. That watch looks stunning, says the lovely Bree. The lovely Bree is liking the 34 mil Datejust. 34 mil is erroneous, is enormous on Leslie. She has 5-inch wrist, probably smaller than Bree. Yeah, I don't think either of them can wear it. Now that I think about it, I really don't think either one of them can pull that watch off. It's a shame because it's a stunner. And what's the price on it? Does anybody know the price? You're right, it's circa 1979. Yes, Craig, 34 mil at 8K. Oh, it's 8,000. 8,000. That's not terrible. That's still a lot of money, though, for that watch, I think. I think that's still a little bit stiff. I think more like 5 or 6 would be the money. You know? But it's intriguing for sure. That's what I thought. I've looked at those. I like them. Let's see. The reference number on the Oyster Perpetual date is 1503, said Eduardo. 8K sounds high to me, but it may be because super. It also may be the condition. If that bracelet's really tight with very little stretch, you know, you're kind of paying for condition there, right? Let's see. Black ceramic. Let's go back to the pictures again on it. It looks pretty nice. It really does. I mean, that doesn't look like it has much stretch. It's hard to tell, though, with that picture, but it looks pretty damn nice. Somebody picked up a nice piece. That's what I say. I say somebody picked up a nice piece. Let's see. A black ceramic GMT Master 2 Jubilee yellow gold two-tone Jubilee would look spectacular. Leslie can't wear anything bigger than 28 millimeters. 26 is perfect for her. There you go. Anything larger than 36 millimeter Datejust. Anything large than 36 millimeter Datejust isn't a true Datejust in my opinion. Eduardo, there you go. Yeah, I prefer the 36 personally. My only concern with buying a 41 mil Datejust is it will look oversized and outdated as big watch trim wears it. And I don't think that that's why I sold my 41 mil Snowflake. It's not really a big sport watch like that 231 there. It's not that, and it's not an all-arounder. It's not a dress watch. It's like in no man's land, right? It's in no man's land. It's not a good size, I don't think, unless you have a really big wrist. If you're a football player or something, if you got an 8-inch wrist, right, or bigger, I think it probably makes some sense, right? Because it's going to look normal size on you, right? But for most people, I think the 41 mil Datejust, I think it's a no-fly zone. I don't think so. I'm not there. Eduardo, to my eyes, a 41 millimeter looks disproportional. There's something that simply doesn't look right. 36 millimeter just looks right. I agree. All right, it is time. We're after the hour. Let's go back to the stunner here just to prove it. We're after the hour. And so we're going to wrap this puppy up. And by the way, this strap by hdstraps.com is it? Yeah, hdstraps.com. I love it. It is holding up great. I've sweated in it a few times. It's been fine. So no issues. Cheetown, I find the Snowflake too large to be a dress watch, and the dial makes it look oversized. I hear you. Kyle's in the house. I just looked at the Snowflake again the other day. I think it's way too large for the aesthetic. They need to shrink that watch down. Mr. Q in the house. Rolex and GS is about the lug-to-lug sizing. I've got a 7-inch wrist, and when it's hot out, okay. When it's hot out, okay. I've tried a smooth bezel Datejust 41, and it looked far too big on my wrist compared to the Datejust 36 or Oyster Perpetual 39. Wait, we can't end, says Derek. We've got to. I'm getting hungry. My daughter and ex-wife want me to come to their barbecue. That's the problem. You know, you eat barbecue like I ate the other day at the Adventure Park at their restaurant. It was fantastic. That barbecue was fantastic. And you go to some cookout, you know, where somebody's brother-in-law is cooking and he doesn't know how to cook, and you know the meat's tough, and you know you really get spoiled when you have some good stuff. We need a 3-hour show for July 4th. A 39 millimeter date just would be perfect. Craig, would you wear a 50 millimeter watch if it was more comfortable than your 002? I don't think it's going to be. I don't think a 50 mil watch would be. 38 millimeter maybe. See this thing really, this is 38 and a half mils, right? And it is right at the top of the size limit. I would not want it any bigger. Not any bigger. I mean, this is it, right? 38 and a half mils. I think that's it. Right? So yeah. Craig's toilet was an adventure park after that barbecue. I didn't know. Actually, I felt great after that barbecue. Just get drunk and become the issue. We send our sympathies to you, Derek. Okay. I have more problems at my barbecue. Okay. All right. So we're going to wrap. Oh, I promised I would show the Lovely Breeze website, and I got to do that. I cannot tell a lie. Not on July 4th, right? Not on July 4th. I cannot tell a lie. There's briefitdance.com. So maybe somebody will sign up as a Patreon and help support her. 7 3/4 inch here. I can still pull off a 39 millimeter Rolex. 41 is perfect for me. So yeah, 7 3/4 inch wrist. I think you're up there where absolutely you can pull off the bigger watch. What size is the 005? Same thing. The 005 is 38 and a half mils. It's the same size as my dress watch, believe it or not. They're both 38 and a half mils as far as I know. Did we cover the day date at all today? Yes, we did, Derek. You need to be on time. We talked about day dates today. We showed day dates today. And we talked about them extensively today. Mr. Q, guys with big wrists like yours are the only scenario in which they just 41 makes sense. Carlos says, thank you, Craig. Bye all. God bless USA. Said by someone that does not currently believe in God and not from the USA, but I love USA. There you go. Okay. Take care, Carlos. Derek makes me want kids for sure. Okay. There you go. Makes me not want kids for sure. Okay. All right, folks. Make sure you click subscribe and click the little bell so you'll get notifications. Wait till Leslie gets close to 30. She'll be begging for a kid. Uh-oh. There you go. On that note, I'm going to let things wind down.